Hey, Spencer from KTM Twins here today to talk to you about the Rekluse TorqDrive Clutch for your KTM 790 Adventure and 790 Adventure R. The Rekluse TorqDrive is going to increase your fiber discs from 8 to 11, right? So the OEM clutch pack has 8 friction discs and this is going to go up to 11. And what that does is these are thinner discs, right? But with more surface area. So that's going to give you 10 to 20% more drive while also reducing your lever pull by up to 15%. First step is going to be removing these top 2 bolts to free up the clutch cable perch. So once that's free, you can tuck the clutch cable right back there, and it's out of the way, and this guy is free, so we're good to go. All right, next step is going to be removing the rest of our bolts here from the clutch cover. Like I said, they're all 8mm. This is the aftermarket case guard there, of course. But as you can see, none of them are super tight, nor should they be. So I went ahead and grabbed a ratcheting end wrench, 8mm, to grab this last one. So, here's our clutch. Super nice part about this bike, opposed to the 690s and the 1090, 1190, 1290, is that you don't have to lay the bike down on its side or drain the oil out to access this because of the lower sump. So we're able to do this without changing the oil or dumping the oil or tipping it over. Next step, removing these 3 fellas right here, 10mm. As you can tell, these guys are under spring pressure. So, here are our springs. Set these together. Then we can start pulling it out. So we're just going to want to remember the order here. Grab something to hold these fellas. So I'm going to remove the discs one at a time here. Actually, it's super easy. We don't have to break the nut free here and pull the whole basket to do it. Literally, we can just leave it in place and just pull out the whole clutch pack, put the new one in, button it back up, and we're done. So like I was saying before, it's pretty easy compared to other clutches. So this is a regular OEM fiber disc, a little bit scorched, and that's why we're doing this here. But anyways, we're gonna pull them out one by one. two at a time. Got a handy dandy pick. So I'm just laying these all down. Exactly the opposite of how I pull them out. Like I said, patience is a virtue. Alright, got a second pick here. Makes our lives a little bit easier. That's it. Got to the bottom, and the only thing that's left in there are the judder springs, which are these two little metal springs that are in here in the back. And as per Rekluse directions, we don't even need to pull those out. So I'm just gonna leave them there, leave them in place. We're gonna take our pack to the bench and put together a new one. All right, before we go any further, we're gonna install the Rekluse basket sleeves, which are these little metal sleeves that are gonna go down in our clutch basket. And it's important to note there's half notches in the basket and then full notches, and we want to get all of ours down in the full notches. All right, now our clutch basket's gonna be all ready when we come back to install our new pack. It'll be ready to go. You can see the difference between the two discs here, the OEM on the right-hand side and the Rekluse TorqDrive on the left. There's a lot more surface area, and also my OEM pads are pretty scorched up. So we're gonna swap them out and build the stack, and then get them reinstalled in the clutch. Alright, as far as assembling the clutch pack, what I like to do is assemble it down. Like this will be the first disc that goes into the basket. And so I'm going to assemble it all, and then flip it over, and when I get back to the bike I know that this is the first disc that's going to go in. So this is a thick fiber disc. Thin steel, and then we alternate the thin and thin. This is the surface area. Note the surface area pattern on these TorqDrive discs. It's pretty awesome. And if you haven't ridden a bike with one of these Rekluse TorqDrive clutches, I can't recommend it enough. It's really a noticeable difference. This is essentially, this is how we're going to install it. So let's take it back to the bike. These are two thick fibers and one thick steel. These are going to go up against the housing here when we button it back up. And this is our old stinky clutch pack. And we're maybe gonna throw it away. Maybe gonna save it for a rainy day. All right. So now we're just gonna install it just the way we had it on the workbench, alternating between friction discs and steels. to go get cover and the last 3 plates that we left off to the side. All right, for the final step, putting this together, we're gonna take our cover, we're gonna take one of our thick fiber discs and our thick steel, make sure that it's on the teeth there. Then we're gonna take our other thick friction disc, we're gonna flip it over. And the key to line up with these guys. See how I had to give it a little bit of a turn there? And I was holding it to make sure that that steel disc stayed on that spline. So then we're gonna take our new Rekluse springs, install them there. Same plate, same OEM bolts though. Go. Get our torque wrench. Get those to the right torque value. All right, the torque value on these bad boys is 10 Newton meters. So we got our torque wrench here, set to 10 Newton meters. Boom. Okay. And that's it. Super simple, straightforward job. Anybody can do this. It's not a super skilled thing. So yeah, now we're gonna put on that clutch cover and go from there. Let's get an extension for this guy. Right, never use an extension on a torque wrench until you have to. Connect our clutch cable again. Torque value on these is 10 Newton meters as well. Boom. So it's immediately noticeable how much easier the clutch pull is. After installing the clutch pack, I had to adjust the cable significantly because there was that much slack in it. So anyways, be prepared to adjust that when you're done and enjoy the living crap out of this robust new clutch. So even with filming, the install of our Rekluse TorqDrive Clutch took under an hour, which is a pretty quick job for how much of a difference this clutch makes. So the advantage is going to be you're going to get a lot more drive, as they call it, or torque. It's a lighter pull on the clutch lever, and most importantly for riders like me is it's more robust. I smoked the clutch, the OEM clutch on this in just under 4,000 miles. Is that rider error? Probably, you know. You get stuck in a rock garden and you do whatever you can, right? But anyways, I had the same clutch, the same TorqDrive clutch on my KTM 1090, and that lasted me well over 10,000 miles. So I was super happy with it on that bike. I'm expecting the same longevity on this bike because I definitely plan on doing at least that many miles on this guy. So can't recommend this product enough. Rekluse TorqDrive Clutch for your KTM 790 Adventure and 790 Adventure R. Look for the riding video coming up soon to see some onboard footage and stupid wheelie stuff for how this thing's working.